Hey there, my name's Iffy Jostock and welcome back to my author channel. Today I'm going to be announcing a very exciting giveaway on Instagram and here on YouTube that includes multiple authors and multiple books that you'll be able to win. So let's get started. Hey everyone, I'm Iffy Jostock and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Like all the blood, or if they didn't think there was enough. Time has run out for the Duvaharians. The end of this life is near and the Emperor is preparing his return. So me and 5 other authors have been working together to bring this giveaway to you guys on Instagram and YouTube. And there is a difference between the giveaway between YouTube and Instagram. So I'm going to be talking about the YouTube giveaway, what you're going to be able to win, and how to enter for that. If you want to learn more about the Instagram giveaway with the different prizes and the different rules on how to enter, then make sure you go check out my post on Instagram or any of the other collaborating authors' posts as well. Now, before I get into the rules of how to enter this YouTube giveaway, I want to talk about what you're going to be able to win. Now, the first place prize for the YouTube giveaway is going to be a signed paperback of Anathalion, which I personally don't have a paperback, I have a hardback, but a signed paperback of Anathalion by H.A. Pruitt, along with a signed paperback of my own book, Child of the Dragon Prophecy. And the second place winners will get a signed paperback of Robbing Centaurs and Other Bad Ideas by Bethany Mayer, and an ebook copy of Child of the Dragon Prophecy. Now, if you haven't heard of these books before, you may be wondering, okay, but what are they about? Why should I enter? Why should I want to read them? So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about these books, starting with Anathalion. So Anathalion by H.A. Pruitt is a kind of like a portal fantasy, but set in a very epic fantasy feeling world called Anathalion. And it's basically about, 4 kids, 3 of which who come from Earth, 1 of which who is from Anathalion. But they find these necklaces, kind of like this one, that transport them to Anathalion, and with them comes a destiny or a pathway in order to save Anathalion that is given to them by the makers, which kind of all tie in with the necklaces. I'm trying not to spoil anything, but essentially that's what it's about. And the first book is kind of them getting to Anathalion, and trying to figure out what they're supposed to be doing, who they can trust, who they can't, who the makers are, who the bad guys are. They're kind of learning about the history and some of the dangers that comes with the path that they're on. Now, being strictly honest, when I first started Anathalion, I wasn't sure if I liked it or not. I especially wasn't sure if I liked the main character, Kindle. She was very, very annoying. She has a habit of saying like all the time. But as I continued in the book, and then also in the series when I read the second book, and I'm really excited to read the third book, I began to realize that the book not being very likable is what makes it likable, if that makes any sense. But hear me out. Sometimes when characters are actually realistic and they're actually 3D and they actually have their own backstories and character development and personalities, sometimes they're not very likable. And that is definitely true in Anathalion. There's a few characters in there that I kind of wrestled with at first. I wasn't sure I liked them. They were kind of annoying. But then I realized that's what made the book so special. These characters weren't perfect. They aren't just good on page. They don't always say the right things. They don't always have the best relationships with the other characters. They're just real. And the kids actually act like kids, which I think is amazing in this kind of day and age where we like to have teenagers who act like adults. It was really refreshing to read a book where the teenagers actually acted like teenagers. The other thing I really love about Anathalion is it doesn't follow any set tropes, it doesn't follow any set fantasy characters or any constructs that have been set up by fantasy books over the years. It's completely unique. It reads like something you've never read before, and I think the tagline, if you ever want something different, here's Anathalion. I think that's so perfect for this series because if you're really looking for a book that doesn't fall into any of the basic categories of young adult fiction, Anathalion is a go-to. So definitely go check it out if you're looking for something different and you're kind of sick of all of the mainstream media these days. Book number 2 in this giveaway is, of course, my own book, Child of the Dragon Prophecy. and it is so much harder for me to talk about my own books, but I'm going to attempt to do so from the strict standpoint of a reader's mind. So Child of the Dragon Prophecy follows a Duvarharian named Stefania as she is rescued by centaurs and raised to live with them, to be a part of their culture. She's trained by them. She has an adoptive centaur family and an older brother, but then she's taken to Dalton, who is a Duvarharian in disguise, who is living with the humans, in order for him to protect her from the shape-shifting demons and Thaddeus, the series villain. It's a tiny bit difficult to talk too much about the book without making kind of like a huge spoiler point, but it does say on the back, she unwittingly begins a journey of self-discovery and her long-forgotten memories. So it's kind of already spoiled anyway. But regardless, Stefania ends up losing some of her memories when she gets to Dalton, and she actually is raised from about 5 years old to like 16 by Dalton, thinking that she's human. She has no idea about her Dragon Rider past or even her centaur past, and so this causes her to be very resentful, very angry. She doesn't feel like she belongs. She gets bullied a lot for who she is, but then some events happen and she kind of starts to remember some things, and she realizes that she is a Duvarharian and that she is actually the savior detailed in the Dragon Prophecy over 800 years previously, and that she has to go back to Duvarharia to learn more about who she is and find out what her destiny is. Now, much like Anathalion, Stefania's character is very real, it's very deep and complicated, and so for most of the book, she's pretty unlikable. I mean, even I personally don't like her. I see people who have reviewed my book and they're like, ugh, Stefania was so annoying, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I know. But that's the point. Stefania's character is supposed to start out extremely annoying. She's a resentful, bitter teenager. She's very rebellious and headstrong, very typical. But there's a lot to Stefania that goes deeper than that, and she has a sort of hidden personality that we really get to see her start to uncover as the books go along. So if you really like characters who are 3D, realistic, books that build on themselves, Child of the Dragon Prophecy and Anathalion are a lot like that. Now, like I did mention, there is a prophecy, and she is like a savior, kind of chosen one. So there's a few tropes in Child of the Dragon Prophecy that you'll see that are very familiar, but there's also a lot of very unique and different twists, including the way that the Dragon Riders are, their interactions with the centaurs. Of course, the centaurs are very unique in and of their own self, and the fact that she has an adopted family with them while also having Dalton as her guardian figure. So there's a lot of other things that go into Child of the Dragon Prophecy, so it'll feel very familiar and comforting while also being very outgoing and very exciting. And the third and last book in this YouTube giveaway is, of course, Robbing Centaurs and Other Bad Ideas by Bethany Mayer. Now, I'm a little biased about this book because it's basically like my favorite book, but as you can see from the title, we already know that there's going to be centaurs in this book, and so Bethany and I call each other the Centaur Sisters. But centaurs are not the only cool thing in this book series. There's also the tree leshies, and like they're basically walking tree people, but they can also change into like humans, and I'm not really gonna try to like spoil them too much, but there's really cool aspects to their characters, their kind, and even their culture. But basically, Robbing Centaurs and Other Bad Ideas follows Archer, who is a winged seraph. I think I'm saying that correctly. I don't know. He's a thief, and he is going around and stealing all of the Heatherstones from the 7 cultures and kinds across the land so he can supposedly put them back together and save the world. Now, whether or not that's true, we don't really know yet, but Wick, the Leshy messenger, has decided that he is going to follow along and make sure that Archer truly is trying to save the world. Once again, we have a great fantasy series with some very unique, special, deep characters. Archer and Wick have a very good, like, enemy, friend, bromance, very witty, kind of back and forth banter, and they're just absolutely perfect. Kinds, all of their different cultures and personalities work into the story a lot. It's definitely like a traveling story, so it's fun to see the scenery change, and it really is just an absolutely fun book to read. I read it in probably 2 sittings, and I don't laugh at many books, but I laughed at this one. So if you like comedy, fantasy, while also feeling like you're in a bigger world, like an epic fantasy world, without the book being too long, like this is a very nice, quick little read, then definitely go for Robbing Centaurs. Now, with all of that said, you know why you should enter the giveaway to get all of these amazing books signed as well. They all read really well together, and if you're looking for new awesome fantasy, then you definitely need to check these out, even if you don't win the giveaway. But if you're hoping to win the giveaway and get all of these signed paperbacks for free, then here are the rules. Step 1. You're going to subscribe to all of the participating authors' channels, including the authors of the books that are being given away in the Instagram giveaway. But I'm going to have all of those names linked down below, and there are only 6 of us, and we all make great YouTube content, so definitely make sure you go follow them. Step 2. You are going to comment down below your favorite book of all time. And if you have to put multiple, that's fine. I'll take multiple. But you only have to comment on one video. However, if you go to the other authors' channels on YouTube and you also comment on their videos, then you get more entries. And who doesn't want more entries to win all 3 of these amazing books? So make sure you go watch their videos as well and comment on their videos also. And step 3, make sure you go check out the Instagram posts for this giveaway, since they are also giving away totally different books on the Instagram giveaway. So you want to make sure that you can try to win those as well. And that's it. That's as easy as it is. Just hit subscribe and comment down below, and these gorgeous signed paperbacks could be yours for free. Very quick disclosure, as you can see in the title of this video, the YouTube giveaway is USA only. I am so sorry, but it costs way too much to ship books overseas. However, Instagram's giveaway is international, so make sure you go check that out. If you live overseas and you don't live in the USA, we do have books for you, so make sure you go check it out. This giveaway will be running August 10th to August 18th, so you should have plenty of time to go make a couple of very, very easy comments and subscribe to all 6 of our channels, and go check out the Instagram. Very easy, August 10th to 18th, so make sure you guys enter up. And that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Even if you just watched and supported this video, that is always super, super appreciated. And even if you don't win, remember, these books are amazing, and I highly, highly recommend them to anybody who likes fantasy with awesome characters and very unique twists on the genre. Thank you guys so much for watching, and may the sun smile upon your presence.